Rain gently taps against the windows. The streets trail with a silvery stream. Soft golden lights glisten from within warm and cozy homes. It's that special time of day, and here we are once again, huddled together in a space all our own. Alright, let's do this. Good evening, everyone. My name is Blaine, and I'm the producer here at the station. Your regular host, Marina, should be back in a couple of days, and I am so very excited to hear that. The doctor still wants to be careful before giving her the clear to go back, but it's fine, because it just means more time with you and me. Hopefully you don't mind my voice too much. Anyways, tonight is going to be something special. We have the usual stuff, of course, but someone also wrote down interview in big, ominous letters on the checklist. So, judging by what happened last time, we have a guest coming, and things are going to get interesting. I don't know, worst comes to worst, my panic baseball bat is right here, just in case. So, hopefully, if somebody comes, he'll be ready to knock people out. I hope we don't need to use it because my noodle arms can't do anything. Anyways, we'll just have to see when the moment comes. Until then, there's a few announcements to go through. First off, the arsonist is still at large. This last Tuesday, the Summerside movie theater burst into flames and burned to the ground. Luckily, there were only a few injuries, as the people inside the theater were able to get out in time. Now, this could be a completely unrelated fire, but it doesn't look that way to the report. You see, someone, before lighting the building on fire, left a note that said, "Screw you guys, I live my own life. If I want to burn down puppies, I'll roast those orphans. And if I want to burn down movie theaters, I'll light up the joints." This has led police to conclude that the fires are connected. What a shocker. As a reminder, if you have any information the police force would like to know. But honestly, I doubt there'll be much help. I mean, the sheriff's pretty sketch. I'm just saying. Anyways, moving on. The semi-annual laser tag Ultimate Battle Royale tournament is starting up this week at the Celestial Aquarium and Glow-in-the-Dark Emporium. Registration fees, as always, are $5, with a $10 equipment rental if you don't have your own regulation-approved gear. The first lineup for Wednesday evening will take place near the fully interactive jellyfish enclosure. So be sure to bring your A game and make this year just as good as the last. Also, spectators are welcomed in person, but also online where events will be streamed. For more details, check out their website. And for all you tea enthusiasts, it's currently green tea time at Ruse Cafe on 8th and Willow. All through this week, they're doing everything green tea. Mochi, boba, tea, regular tea, it's all green, and it's all for you. So stop on in and check it out. You know, if that's your cup of tea. Alright, I'll stop with the puns. Oh, this is more interesting. Apparently, it is Glitter Lung Awareness Month. Apparently, a few months before I came to the city, there was a massive outbreak of glitter everywhere. In its wreckage, a lot of people were left with some sort of weird coughing condition thing called glitter lung. Apparently, there's no real cure for it as of yet, but treatment options are available. So if you or anyone you love is dealing with wheezing, shortness of breath, violent coughing fits, and glitter and sparkles of all types leaking from all orifices, please contact the city's medical board. They're working hard to hopefully find a cure for whatever this horrifying thing is. Okay, that looks like all the major stuff I'm supposed to report on. Still no sign of this mysterious interview. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing or maybe just a thing. I don't know, but that's alright. We can keep plugging along here. I have a traffic report to read, and I bet it's deep with information that you all want to know. A torrent of traffic has triggered tons of tedious delays from Tundra to the train station by Raven Point. Crazy construction is currently causing conditions creating the traffic trouble. Delays and detours are being derived for all drivers drawn to this dreary day. If you're able to, find another way home tonight. Sing for the stars of words that are said. A storm is coming soon to fill you with dread. Hold tight to the ones whom you love dear, and hide and shelter, for the storm draws near. It's much like one that's come in the past.
But it's anyone's guess how long this will last.
Okay, and that's traffic for today. So, I've done some research as of late, as you do. It's nothing too big, just looking into some history, getting to know the city around me better, that type of stuff. Anyways, there's something specific that I want to focus on. Have you ever noticed that no one really seems to see the mayor anymore? Like, she hasn't appeared in public at all. City council still meets, but no one seems to talk about the mayor. It's weird, right? The only reason we're not currently holding an election or a missing person case is because the police, specifically Sheriff Olivia Hawthorne, has refused to make a report. In fact, our good friend Liv seems to be in direct contact with the mayor. At least that's what she says, and why wouldn't she? I mean, Liv's always hanging around City Hall and the mayor's private estate on Raven Road. You know that big ominous house that's blocked off by like a huge freaking gate and a fence? Yeah, that's the one. I don't mean to say that it sounds suspicious, but the whole thing reads pretty sus. And it's not like I'm pulling all of this out of thin air. I've checked previous articles and building plannings. That big house behind that gated fence by the Moonridge movie theater belongs to Mayor Celine Judas herself. In the old days, it used to be a social hub for the city. But now, those gates are always closed, locked tight from the outside, except for when the sheriff's car pulls in. My gorgeous and wonderful friend, Issa, down at the movie theater, said it himself. The sheriff's car pulls in and out of that house. It's the only one that does. There's nothing for groceries, nothing for business, no other signs of life. And he's just about out there every day. If anyone else was passing by, he'd know. But it's only been Sheriff Hawthorne, our good, sweet friend Liv. I don't know about the rest of you, but I find that pretty interesting. Anyways, that's just food for thought. Let's move right along. We still have a lot of show ahead of us and a lot of things left to do. There's going to be an interview or something. I can't wait for whatever's going to show up. I mean, how bad can it be? It's at least one swing worthy, right? Right. Well, we'll find out in a minute. But first, we're a little overdue for an ad break, and I need to refill my water bottle. So hang tight, kids. We'll be back after these messages.
Hey there, everyone. It's your friendly neighborhood space patrol here. Miss us? Probably. We've been serving the city for years now. Crazy how time passes. Well, it's crazy that after all this time, our relationship is coming to an end. Yes, I know it's sad, and many of you are scared, but don't worry. Life is scary regardless of whether we're here or not. And we're not going away just yet. I mean, most of our stuff is packed, and a good number of agents have already left this cozy and comfortable burr, but we're still here. Sort of. For now, at least. Until the transition is finished. Anyways, the point is, we wanted to say thank you for your many years together. It's sad to see good things end, but it all happens eventually. As Mother always said to me before shooting out the dingoes, life can't always be good, but we keep going anyways, because screw the universe and all of its powers if they think they can keep us down, right? So, from the Space Patrol to all of you, the listening public out there, one night and one more time, thanks for the memories. That's a song reference. Am I allowed to make those? Ah, well, it's already word vomit onto the public consciousness. Let them deal with it and clean it out. So, so long and good night. Might as well keep the train going. This message is brought to you by the Space Patrol.
And we're back! So far, there are no signs of any mysterious interview guests, but that's fine. Maybe they got scared and ran away or something. Or hey, maybe they're just caught up in traffic. The A train is running a bit behind schedule today, but let's not worry about it. I've lived in this weird cryptic maze of a city long enough to know that when disaster hits, it'll hit when it feels like hitting. Until then, we just gotta sit down, do our jobs, and be prepared to take it. So with that in mind, I have a small stack of letters from a mildly grumpy garbage bearer who is currently lighting trash cans on fire. Darian, knock it off! Darian, I will throw this! Freaking trash bearers. Anyways, why don't we take a minute to read a few over the air? So our first letter goes out to a Sammy S. and a Ben A. Wow, popular people. I feel like we got a lot of letters for you guys. It's almost like you're famous or something. I don't know. What'd you do? Start a successful podcast, reach it to a new peak, and then suddenly leave without warning? That's crazy. I wouldn't know anything like that, though. I'm just a lowly producer, alone in my studio, doing literally everything by myself. Anyways, this letter says, "Thank you for all the amazing adventures. I've loved having the chance to grow and explore alongside you guys." Oh, that's nice. And it goes on. "With all that said, I do have one request. Please come back. You said you would always be there and never leave me hanging. So then why, pray tell, am I currently dangling over the edge of a cliff? Come back and finish what you started. I mean it." Okay. That sounds concerning, but not much we can do, so let's move on to the next point. Our next letter is from the wonderful voice of Isis C. down at the Moonridge Movie Theater. He writes in to say, "Everything's in place and ready to go. I just barely got the grappling hook. So once you find your way past the security system, we're good to go." You totally don't know what he's talking about, but interesting information. Ooh, and he also put in a little note about that new bakery that opened up just the other week. They're apparently having poetry night. That looks like a fun evening activity. We'll have to get back to you on that later. Moving on. Alright, now we have a very pretty stationery. It's pink and sparkly and covered in flowers and stuff. I almost feel bad for opening it, but I have a job to do, so have at it, I guess. Okay, so this is a letter from an anonymous writer. Well, it says anonymous at the top, but at the same time, I only know one person who uses stationery marked as property of Rex Adams, radio host extraordinaire. So, figure it out. Anyways, totally not Rex says, Wait, what are you doing in here? No, you can't be in here. Get out there. I'm recording stuff. Hey, no, you guys have no right to harass me. I deserve to know why. Don't touch me. You have no right. Look, everyone, I have a thing to sort out. It's a mess. The cops just showed up for some reason, but hey, just hang tight as we solve this, and hopefully we'll be back after a quick public service announcement. Get off me, hey!
Here is where it all began. Enter a being of infinite power, one who most would consider a god. Enter next the creations of his hands, managers of the many powers and worlds that would soon follow. To some interpretations, they are family. To others, they are a set of matching dolls. Enter next the tales to be told, a hero of light and glory, and the villain who rebels. Here he lies, a boy who once shone like the morning star, reduced to the shadows of one deemed greater. Enter bitterness and pain. Enter the rebellion as a boy rises into the role branded upon his shoulders like a curse. He lives and grows into the great and terrible dragon for a hero to fight. And here the story spins for generations. Over and over again, good will fight evil in a never-ending dance. A hero defeats the villain. The villain lives in scorn. Over and over again, the story spins for generations. Over and over again, a villain is chipped and broken down. Is this all he was meant to be? Here, modern era. It was here when the villain took a step back. Enter a society of humans perfectly capable of evil and harm without influence of others. Enter a man, tired and ready for a change. Enter a role ready to be shed. His tasks are satiated by the will of man, and so he washes his hands of further affairs. Exit a man in search of new purpose.
This is a public announcement. Your radio host is under current detention for investigation into an ongoing arson case. Don't be alarmed. It will all be over soon. Police must ask a few questions. They know too much. They know too much. They know too much. They know too much. They know nothing. It was a night like any other. The air was calm and the city was quiet. She walked through the house. She called your name. She called for anyone. Do you remember? Do you remember who you are? You said you were her friend. You said you would always be there. You said you were a good person. You lied. It was a night like any other. The air was calm and the city was quiet. She walked through the house. She called your name. She called for anyone. And then the door opened. And a scream came. You did this. You did this, you did this, you did this, you did this. It's all your fault. Turn away from the door. 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 It's too late. You can't stop it. Just hide your head and fall into dreams. The door is opening.
What does it mean to be pretty? Everyone says that's what I appear to be. But what does it mean to be pretty? How does that word define what is me? Lucien says I'm his darling. He says he loves me with all of his heart. But I'm not sure if I have that same feeling. Maybe it's all been an act since the start. What does it mean to be pretty? It defines the role I play in this life. But maybe I don't want to be pretty. At least in their ways that cuts like a knife. I'm only ever pretty if I sit here and stay. So I'm leaving this life behind and finding another way.
Dreamgirl City is a production by NJ Schulze. It was written, produced, and acted by NJ Schulze. The poem for today was Pretty, parentheses, a look at Marina's life. Thank you so much to all of our supporters for being with us and for staying tuned. This one was a doozy to edit, but I'm glad I could get it all to all of you. Have any questions? Have a poem to read? Just want to say hi? Send everything and more to DreamGirlCityRadio@gmail.com, or look us up on Facebook, or TikTok, or Instagram. We're getting around. There might be more coming in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see. And until that time comes, remember, if you're looking at the post, try to find the ghost.